What's up, guys? Welcome to the Council of Jesus podcast. This is episode 10 with me and him. All right. Do you trust the government?
Do I trust the government?
Yeah, like with the information
Uh,
they give
nah. I feel like sometimes, bro. Because sometimes
sometimes.
it's like okay, like I guess I could believe like a statistic, you know.
Hmm.
But I feel like a
Like, you
lot
have an
of things they,
example?
huh?
Like an example of a statistic, like a COVID statistic or like a.
Probably like when they do the census and they're like, okay, like this
Hmm.
percentage is African American or
Hmm.
something. It's like I don't
Is
know
there a
why they would
reason?
lie about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that makes
Like,
sense. Yeah.
like oh guys, it's the African Americans aren't actually 50% of the or like I don't know why they
Hmm.
would lie about that. Because this is like
Yeah,
a
that makes
random thing to
sense.
lie about. But I feel like for more important things, like they probably do, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Now, what I was gonna talk about today
Don't
was,
tell Jose though, because that fool love the government, remember?
oh, that's true, the government lover.
Yeah.
We'll keep this a secret from him. But what I've saw, well, you also brought part of it as a light to me, and I saw it was there's this big thing going on recently where there's a whistleblower
Hmm.
on aliens in the government.
Okay.
Now, sounds kind of like what, like no, how can they prove that there's aliens? Like what? But
Yeah.
it's like an actual important figure in the government, like a high-ranking official. He had like good clearance, and he whistle blew the information in court. The reason why I'm saying quotations is because he had
Uh,
permission from the DOD. I
what is the
didn't research
DOD?
enough. I didn't research enough to know what that is, but I heard it.
All right,
But
real quick. What do you think DOD could stand for, bro?
Hundreds of Dragons.
That's Dungeons and Dragons, bro. Um,
What in Spanish version? Dungeones or Dragones.
that would be E.
Uh, oh, it's true. Fuck, dude.
Come on,
This is
bro.
just this is an elbow, man.
It could be, the, I don't know. Shut up.
It could be that. It could be
It
that.
could be that,
But
yeah.
it's like some important body that gave permission to this fella.
Fool, we're just looking it up, bro. We're looking like dummies, bro.
You just put a picture of what it actually means after like the Google thing.
Oh, that's true.
Like, bro, I don't think anybody
Bro,
expects us to know what the
it's the
DOD means.
Department of Defense, bro. The Department of Defense, the DOD.
All right.
Not the
Um,
Dungeons of Dragons.
all right. Now that we got past that, but basically, they gave this guy permission to talk about this stuff as long as he didn't like give classified information. Because,
It's not even a
well,
whistleblower anymore, bro.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say
Yeah,
whistleblower. All the articles say whistleblower, but it's like they gave
yeah.
him permission. Although he didn't really say anything, which was kind of annoying when I looked into the video and stuff, because
Mm.
they're asking him questions like, um, so did you actually see the alien body? Like the alien body, like is it actually exist? He's like, I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about that right now, but in like a private court, I would. And he said that response to like about to multiple questions,
Mm.
which was like, bro, if you're gonna talk, just talk, bro. Like
I'm gonna use that
spill
one next time I have to go to court.
the for real, bro. I wouldn't feel
Where
comfortable talking about this in front of the jury.
where were you the evening of July the 23rd? I don't feel comfortable talking about that. I'll use that one, bro.
Exactly. Like that was kind of like annoying, bro. Like she's I feel to say like it would allude to it, but it wouldn't give anything like concrete.
Mm.
So I was kind of like so is it true or not? Which is a lot why a lot of doubt rose about his claims, which
Yeah.
were like pretty crazy claims. It was everything from UFOs like had passed through, so
Mm.
UFOs have crashed, landed, the government collected evidence, collected biological information like bodies,
Oh, okay.
and obviously like study them and all that. She
Mm.
like wild claims, but he didn't really have any evidence to back it up. It was just a lot of word of mouth. The reason it's so big though is because he kind of he's a high ranking officer, obviously. He had a high access to a lot of classified information. So it's kind of like
Mm.
huge things, which kind of
Okay.
like makes it a lot more credible than the average Joe or like another random witness being like, "Oh, I saw alien and it
Yeah.
abducted me." I saw that in the news, like right, literally today as I was eating. It was like a
Mm.
Mexican actress. I don't know who it was. I was just eating, and she was like, after I recorded my set, I sat on a park bench. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, there was UFOs everywhere in the sky, and I was. And there's still like a little picture of like a generic UFO, and the news did. And she was like, and they took me in, and all of a sudden I was like looking outside the windows, and there was like the sky everywhere, and they were like touching me and doing experiments on me,
What
and like,
the?
she was just like, it was weird, but she was saying like
Yeah.
super like, she didn't go into detail. She just like they were
Mm.
doing experiments on me, they were touching me, and then I closed my eyes and I opened them, and I was back on the park bench.
Damn.
I think the lady even said like, "Are you sure it wasn't a dream?" And she was like, "No, this is for 100% for
I'm
real."
not. Wait, she said no, she's not sure?
No,
Or
she's
no,
like,
it
"No, this
wasn't.
wasn't a dream."
Oh,
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
are you sure? Well, now that you mention it, I don't know.
It could have
It
been a
might have
dream.
been, yeah.
Yeah, but
Bro, there's
the
all
whole
sorts
point
of
was,
stories like that
yeah, there
where
was like
people
a
say that they
ton.
got like what is it called? Abducted. They say
Yeah,
they got
abducted,
abducted
suck up
and
into the
they
UFO.
yeah, like they did the cows, bro, where they have
Yeah.
the little beam, the
Mm.
when it drags them up.
Yeah.
Bro,
A ton of there's a ton
this
of stuff.
reminds me. This reminds me of this thing I saw on Reddit. So
Mm.
I don't know if you're on Reddit, but there's this subreddit called Glitch in the Matrix.
Mm.
So it's
Tons.
supposed to be like people sharing like weird things that happen to them. That's like, oh, it's a glitch in the
Mm.
Matrix. Like, how did this happen? So there's
Yeah.
stuff like oh um there was I saw like someone break into my house
Mm.
and kill my mom, and then I woke up, and then when I woke up, someone was trying to break into my house.
Oh, that is
So
very
then
weird.
they were kind of aware, and then they were able to like go lock the door. Or someone wasn't trying to break in, but they were just like walking around like the premises,
Mm.
and they're like, okay, like I'm gonna go lock the door. And then when the guy tried to open it, the door was locked.
Oh,
It's
damn,
like
that's kind
those
of
type of
big.
stories. Those type of
Yeah,
stories. Someone over there. It
when you
sounds
were talking
silly.
about it, at first when you were talking about it, you were like, when you get to the part, and then he woke up, I was like, so it's just a dream. I was
No,
like,
no,
what?
it was a dream, but it was like a premonition. That's what they
Yeah,
say,
like,
right? It could
yeah,
be made
from
of
like connected
stories.
to real life.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could be
that's
made of stories.
crazy.
It could be real things that happen. There's a lot of like
Mm.
interesting things. Um,
I think a big factor is like it could be like because you dreamt that, it's kind of put into your mind. So when you see something, you kind of connect it to that. But also
mm,
that's kind of like super specific. Like then they actually
yeah,
try to open the
yeah.
door. It's kind of crazy.
That's a specific thing where someone breaks into
Yeah,
your house at that
yeah, that's
moment and
crazy.
kills your mom, bro. And then you wake up and someone's like hovering around, like creeping around the window and stuff like that. So that's what it
Yeah, that's
is.
super
There's those
crazy.
type of stories, bro. But there's one guy, he said, guys, when I was a little kid, I used to be able to travel into the future by by um by closing my eyes or something. And this one went into some super deep ass story, how he was like a little kid in his house, and
Hmm.
that he would like lay down on the couch and close his eyes, and then when he would open them, it would be the next morning, and he would be on his bed.
That's
And so in the comments, he's like, bro, like you just fell asleep, bro.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
just discovered
Yeah.
what sleep is, bro, and someone like your dad probably just took you to your bed. That's what the actress thing reminded me of, bro. But she's like, I closed my eyes and I opened them. I was dreaming, bro.
Not because
That's what it
I
reminded
was
me of.
just saying stupid shit like that as a little kid, bro. Like you know when you kind of like close one eye and then open the other one, it's like kind of like a different, slightly different point of view.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would like kind of like intertwine that while we were driving. I would look out the window and kind of like do that, and I'd be like,
I know
I'll
what you're
tell my
doing. I used to
mom,
do that shit all the time, bro.
I'd be like, Ma, podemos verlos. Like I can move the buildings with my eyes, bro. I was like, damn, bro, I got powers.
Bro, I don't know if you ever done this before. You would like put your finger in front of you, but you would focus on something behind your finger. So like the way the vision works, like you would see double of your finger.
Yeah, yeah.
I would tell my mom, I'd be like, Mom, I see double of things. I see double. That shit was like, you're fucking dumb.
Yeah, bro. I just
And I
unlocked the
could I
funny
could
thing
never
though. I
explain
forgot I
it
just
to her,
did it.
bro.
Yeah. I think it was like a specific thing too. It was like one was like, I don't know where to find this place. Like I don't know where we're like, I don't know where the stuff is at. And I was like, don't worry, mom. I can move buildings with my eyes. I was just like, I'm just
Bruh.
being the hero and shit, bro. But getting back to the shenanigans, there was another alien thing that a guy said. This was like
Mm.
super weird. He was in a field, like I don't know if he was like fishing, but it was like in a forest, and it was like
Fishing
a
in a
lake nearby.
field and now it's a forest, bro.
Yeah, I kind of messed up field in the forest. We was in a forest, and there was like a lake there. He was
Okay.
like walking by the lake, and I think he like saw a bunch of lights in the sky, and I don't know because I'm just like sitting off the dome, but and basically he said he got abducted, and when he came back, he had like a bunch of marks on his chest and stomach.
You got
Like
alien hickeys, bro.
they touched him and studied him in certain ways.
Yeah.
There was like a bunch of like marks that were obviously like, how did those get there?
Hmm.
Type stuff, and it was like
Yeah.
really weird and like it's like a one of the main stories believers like bring up when they talk about
Mm.
aliens. And it's just that was kind of like there's a lot of varying like believable like unbelievableness
Okay.
like about how trusted they are in stories and stuff. Like you said, like stuff from like as simple as oh I think you just fell asleep and woke up, bro, to
Yeah.
stuff like oh actual credible people are saying this.
Yeah, because if you had like a physical thing on you, because that's I feel like that's what makes it different from the woman. Well, the actress like her for starters, her story was just hella broad,
Mm,
but she's just like, oh, they touched me. But this guy, he's like, yo, they did stuff on me, and he had like marks.
Mark
I
and
feel like
shit.
that kind of leads itself to like, okay, maybe something happened
Yeah,
for real,
yeah,
or
and
at least
that's
he's
a
just more
very
committed
good one.
to the lie,
Mm,
at
yeah,
least.
that's true. But even separate from the government, like hiding stuff, the thing that
Mm.
the whistleblower said about everything was like super like interesting too. Like for example, it was obviously like I said, they recovered like supposed allegedly a body, right? He didn't say explicitly that, but he alluded to it heavily. He,
Mm.
he didn't say it because he said, "Oh, I forgot
Oh,
what
then
the
he
official
said
term
like
was."
biological materials or something.
Yes, stuff like
Or
that. Like
like a non-human organism or some dumb shit.
yeah,
It's like, bro, a non-human organism could be like a dog.
that's true. That's
You
a
really
good
think
point.
about it,
I didn't
bro.
even think about that. I didn't even think about
Non-human is
that.
just yeah, it could just be like an animal, bro, or like a bug. There was a bug in the
Yeah,
plane, bro. It's a non-human.
damn, that's a good point. Actually, that's
Yeah,
pretty big brain.
my brain is huge, bro.
Okay, man. So basically, going back to how the government is related to that, that's a pretty big thing. If it was true that the government is hiding from us, right?
Hmm.
And there has been a lot of big things throughout. So the government's obviously been a little silly about a lot of big things throughout history.
Hmm.
Whether it be completely concealing them or just like, oh, and then that's exaggerated. It didn't really happen like that.
Yeah.
So like that. A big, major one is the assassination of big political figures. Two big ones: Martin Luther King Jr., the first. Yeah.
What?
I forgot he's a junior. Martin Luther
Junior
King
the
Jr.
I assume he's the first Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Jefferson Kennedy and
What?
Jeff JFK.
Jefferson? It's John, bro.
Oh shit, John F. Kennedy.
John F.
That's a good
Kennedy,
point.
bro, not
I forgot
Jefferson, bro.
that's a good point. I kind of put the J and the F together right there. Guys, I promise I'm not
What did
stupid,
you say
alright?
last time, bro? You said JF Kennedy, bro? JF
Bro,
Kennedy, bro.
me and him got beef, bro.
You got
Alright.
beef now? I thought y'all were
Yeah.
homies.
Nah, we stuff happened, bro.
Oh
Stuff
shit.
happened.
Yeah, it's for a different day,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. But basically, with MLK situation, it was like super shady. Like, obviously there was a outed killer,
Mm.
outed, but later on they kind of like it's majorly believe that the CIA or the FBI, one of those groups, had
Yeah.
was the killer. Obviously,
Oh, like they were
like
behind it.
they it's like that's the one where it's like widely believed that that's the case because there's a lot of evidence that points to that, such as like where bullets fall in, witness testimony, like bullet
Mm.
trajectory, like they read from like the I think he was on a balcony and like they kind of read the bullet trajectory like it went down, not like from a distance, like
What I saw
closer.
too, something about the
Mm.
trajectory too, and like the way, like where they said the guy, the shooter was, that there
Mm.
would have been like a tree,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
like there was a tree like right in front of like where
That
he's
was a
supposed
really
to have
big
been.
point. There's a
Yeah.
really big point about that because I think it was supposed to be from inside a window, but they were like there was like a tree between there and there,
Hmm.
and there was witness testimony that some guy inside a bush outside that building,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was like, that's crazy. Well, that one's like why do you believe there's one that's like a bit more
Didn't they end
controversial.
up like cutting down the tree shortly after that?
Yeah, they cut it down
Yeah.
too. It ended up, yeah, that's crazy. Like there's a bunch of like stuff like it's like surely the government's not this dumb.
Yeah.
But
Just
to each their
slap
own, I
you,
guess.
bro.
Yeah, I guess like at the end of the day, all they have to do is cause plausible deniability,
Mm.
and they win because they could be like, nah, because you guys are just looking too much into it.
Yeah.
But another thing that's a lot more controversial, where it could be back and forth, is the JF Kennedy one, the JFK one,
Mm.
where I don't know why you keep saying that, but well, obviously it's the main the government prosecution thing. The one that the government says happened is that Lee Harvey Oswald from the sixth floor of the building he worked at
Mm.
shot him, fired
It
three
was
rounds,
like
and
a factory or like a warehouse, no?
yeah, a textile factory for
Oh, okay.
textbooks, something like that, Texas textbooks, something.
I don't know what textile is. I don't think that's what it is, bro.
No, I'm pretty sure because I saw a video and I was like, oh, this kind of connects, but
Okay.
I was like, it takes something with books or something like that, textbooks, I think.
Mm.
And he was on the sixth floor allegedly and shot down three bullets, striking him. Well, it was a very difficult shot to hit. People try to reenact and they were like, "Well, it's a really hard shot to hit because it was an iron sights."
Mm.
I think the gun was a fuck. It was a German gun. It started with the letter D. I just know that they thought it was a
Uh,
Mauser and it
uh,
wasn't that. Oh, by the government testimony. But basically, a lot of like when you go, then you start like looking more into it, and it's a lot of like conflicting stuff. A lot of people saw him on the second floor just minutes before, or like seconds before even. A lot
mm.
of people saw him like either acting conspicuously, like some dude said, "Oh, I saw him on the sixth floor," and he told me like when you go like to the bottom of the building, like kind of like shut the gates of the elevators, which is kind of sus, you know.
Yeah.
But other people said, "Oh, I saw him go down the staircase literally like minutes like a minute after the shooting," and they kind of like calculated it, and he would have to like run like full sprint there. And there's people that used the staircase at the same time that said we didn't hear or see anything.
Yeah.
So just a lot of like stuff like that kind of overlaps. People witness testimony from the streets, like I looked up at the window and they're like, "Oh, we saw a guy with a gun, but we didn't tell anybody. We just saw a guy with a gun, and now that you're asking us, now we're telling you, but we didn't tell anybody at the time." Like a lady
Mm.
was there with her homie, and she didn't tell him anything. She just said, "Oh yeah, I saw a guy with a gun." It's kind of weird. Like I feel like if I was there, even if I knew, like even if I thought it was like Secret Service or something, I'd be like, "Oh look, there's a guy with a gun," you know, type shit like that.
Oh, he has a gun over
Yeah, like
there.
yeah, there's a guy with a gun just chilling in the window. It's kind of silly, kind of
Yeah.
weird. And just like a bunch of stuff like that, like a bunch of different people. There's like even like surveys, or it's like they would different detectives would conduct a survey of where did you hear the shots coming from,
Mm.
like from either left, right, or all around. That's like the three different things, and every single survey was different from each
Mm.
detective. It was like some said it was
Oh.
predominantly from the left, predominantly from the right, but what remained consistent was the people that said it was all around. Like I think it was like 18% or something. Said it was like a small piece of the pie chart. I said that was consistent throughout the whole thing. I said, oh, we heard like multiple shots all around. The main argument against that though is that the echoes,
Mm.
like when you're firing shots between
Oh
buildings,
yeah.
they're saying a bunch of like echoes from the walls and stuff like that. And that's another reason because a lot of people say, oh, we heard only two or like more than three shots. But they say, oh, well, the echoes could also be like, you could also hear like an echo of a shot and think that's a whole another shot by
Mm.
itself. there's like another big point of contention there. So it's like super controversial. It's super. I think Wendigoon, if you guys know who that is, made a video about it, kind of like disproving the theory, disproving the government thing, saying like the angles and all that stuff was like really like impossible basically. Like it would either be impossible or like highly, 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 highly improbable.
I could do it, bro.
In Call of Duty, maybe, bro, but
No, I could do it, bro. Trust me, trust me.
bro, okay, I have experience with weapons. This is a 9 millimeter bullet. I've shot one time. I've shot a 1911 pistol. So I
Okay,
can say
bro. Aren't aren't you underage,
I'm an
bro?
expert. Okay, bro, I'm 20, bro. They're like you could shoot guns. I went to a range. I showed them
All right,
ID and
man.
everything, bro.
Okay,
I went to a
bro.
range. But basically, I'm an expert, all right? And I think he didn't shoot those shots, bro. In my opinion, I think it wasn't him,
Nah, bro. I've
right?
done that shot numerous times, bro. Just the cameras were
Bro,
off.
okay, buddy. You said trick shot, but
Yeah, bro.
all right,
Just warm up.
that
I
was a
wasn't
warm up.
recording. Yeah.
Okay, buddy. But basically, it was like a very hard shot, obviously,
Mm.
and they're saying oh, it's super like improbable and stuff like that. So like, also that's kind of weird too, because if you think about it, it's like oh, when you watch the video, you're like oh, so he didn't do it then. But there's other videos that are like make you think, well, I think he did do it. Like it's a more reasonable thing. Like Lee Harvey Oswald did do it.
Hmm.
So it's like even though they have the same information, they come to different conclusions, which is like kind of weird to me. But I think that's the government succeeding. Like even though they didn't cover their tracks obviously very well.
Just having the discussion that was it or
Yeah,
was it not is already kind of a
yeah,
success.
it's already a W for them.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that kind of brought back to the aliens, where it's like the guy testifying, he's saying all this stuff, but the government can be like, he's not showing any evidence, bro. He's just lying. Or like
Hmm.
even like us as people as consumers are like, well, he hasn't shown any evidence. I'm not going to believe him until he shows evidence, even though he's a
Yeah.
high-ranking official.
Yeah, and I
It's
know
like,
there's a lot of people too that are like, "Oh man, the government, they're finally saying that there's aliens, bro." Because this guy's saying it, but
bro,
it's like he's saying what? Like, who I could go up and say shit too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like nothing's really for sure yet, and I think
Hmm.
it's not gonna be for sure at all because that's all the government needs, dude, is plausible deniability, and they can wash your hands clean of that.
Yeah.
That's basically all that government and their mishaps.
Bro, I remember when, like, I don't know if you were like paying attention to like the lead up before, because it was like a known thing. It was like, oh, this day they're gonna have the hearing, or it was more like a press conference, bro, more than anything, really.
Mm.
Like, it was
I
like, oh,
wasn't
this
super caught
day.
up with it.
Oh, I kind of was, just because
Mm.
the conspiracy groups that I'm a part of, bro. Uh, because at first, bro, people were like, oh man, they're like this whistleblower. he's
Mm.
gonna he's gonna expose the government, he's gonna expose aliens. So people were super on board, right? And they're like, okay,
Mm.
we're gonna know what's up. But then, bro, again, just like what happened last time, as we get closer, people are like, hey, the government is behind this, and they're using aliens to distract us from something else.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of what people say is like the government like kind of creates situations to distract them from something else, whether it
Hmm.
be like to distract them from like war issues or stuff like that.
They're just a story, bro.
Yeah, in general, it's like, but at the same time, if you look at it from the other side, like a devil's advocate, if you think they're distracting you or something, you could kind of connect strings yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Like it could be like you right now, you're distracting me from I don't know, like sleeping or something, you know? Which that probably isn't a good example, but I mean like you could connect stuff that don't really connect
Yeah.
just by like looking trying to connect it too hard, you know? That's what I think also is a big part of it. They're like, oh, they're trying to distract us from the fact that, oh, this is happening. When in
Mm.
reality, the government's
All
just like giving you
what I saw
information.
people were saying is that they were trying to take eyes off the cocaine in the White House thing.
Hmm.
I don't know if you heard about that. Did you?
Yeah, the president's son, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah, that they found
Hmm.
cocaine in the White House. It's like July 4th or some shit. That they had cocaine
Yeah.
in the White House. And people are like, oh, that's what they're using the aliens for. But I don't think the timeline matches up.
Yeah,
But
no.
But I know people they're saying that oh they're trying to distract us, or like what I said a couple weeks back actually about the I don't know what we were talking about,
Oh, you
but what
scared me, bro. Oh,
what
sorry. My mom just walked by and it scared me. Cause like I have
shout
like
out
the light right here and everything else is
shout
like
out it was
dark.
mom.
Yeah, oh, she
Um,
scared me. All right.
but it was with the when I said that like through movies and stuff, they show
Mm-hmm.
us technology like
Mm-hmm.
but like when they have it, but they show us
Mm-hmm.
before they start rolling stuff out so that when we see
Mm-hmm.
stuff it's not a surprise. I see people saying this is what the streets are saying, bro, not me. They're
Mm-hmm.
saying that they're trying to open up the idea of aliens, bro, and then they're gonna like introduce like a maybe like a alien like invade, not an invader, bro, but like an alien pulls up and then there's two different groups with this, bro. So they're either saying that they're like slowly gonna introduce us to aliens, or
Mm-hmm.
that they're making up aliens to unite everybody into like one world government to protect the Earth from aliens, bro.
Yeah,
This is
that's
this
actually
is
kind of
these are my
it's kind of
ideas, bro.
interesting.
These are my original
I
thoughts.
I fuck with the second idea though. It's pretty interesting though.
No, but they're saying
Like
that's
the idea of them
bad.
uniting. I mean, obviously a sole government is bad,
Yeah,
but like it's just like it makes sense, you know?
yeah.
Like
It
you
sounds
kind
like
of
some
connect the dots
movie
enough to
shit.
make sense. Yeah,
Sound like some
it's
movie shit like oh guys, we need to unite to defend the Earth from the aliens, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. It's like it's interesting.
Because if you really think about it, bro, if there were aliens for real and they could pull up, they could kill us whenever they want. They could do it. We could unite everybody, bro. We could unite Russia and Ukraine, bro. And it's not gonna stop nothing.
Maybe if me and you united, we could probably
What does that
do a
mean,
little
bro?
damage.
What does this mean? What the fuck are you saying, bro? Shut up, bro. Nah, but they're saying that
Mm,
this is like some bad shit that the Illuminati's doing to try to like establish like one world government.
mm,
And that it's not even like some real shit. There's not actually no aliens. There's gonna be like what I've been seeing for years, bro, is that there's gonna be like some hologram thing that's supposed to be aliens. Like I don't know if you've seen the movie what movies? I think Independence Day, bro.
mm,
You know the movie Independence Day with aliens?
perhaps.
I think it might be that movie. It's some alien movie where the aliens like they kind of take over and they show like this message via a hologram. So like the leader of the aliens, he's like talking to everybody
Mm.
on Earth.
Um, mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't know
I
if
can
that's
kind of envision it.
yeah, I don't know if that's the movie. I don't know what movie it was in. It could be Independence Day. It could not be Independence Day. But they're saying that they're gonna do some shit like that, and then everyone, like all the presidents or the world leaders, are gonna be like, okay, guys, we have to unite and we have to establish like one leader so that we can all fight the alien threat together.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
That's just what they're saying. That's not my original thoughts.
At the same time, though, I think there's already been world issues, and how that's been dealt with is NATO. You know,
Oh yeah, NATO and the UN
yeah, like it's already
and yeah.
big superpowers coming together. So I think that could be like also like a way to be like, I don't think there would be a single government. I just think they'll probably collaborate more
Hmm.
as a maybe a sole power, but like with different leaders with equal say. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say equal because I think the US would have more say than some third world country or something because they just have the
What do
more
you got
resources
against third
to.
world countries?
Well, in terms of defense against extraterrestrials, I think the US has more potential in defending us. That is all.
I'm just gonna say that I believe in third world countries. I think they would do a pretty good job.
Damn.
You know, if we went and we asked, you know, Zimbabwe or something, I think we'd be just fine.
Maybe, perhaps.
Sometimes, bro, I don't know if you've ever wondered this, but I always kind of think like, you know how back in the day there was, well, you kind of hear like we weren't alive, but you hear like there used to be like hella serial killers, bro. Like
Oh
they had
yeah.
like the Zodiac killer, bro,
Mm.
and Ted Bundy, bro, and Jeffrey Dahmers, bro. You know what I'm saying? But You don't really have that now.
Yeah, I think
Where
it's
are all
because
these
police
serial
is.
killers at, bro?
I think it's because just the security is better, bro. Like
Security
there's
is
a lot
better,
more.
you think?
Yeah, because before another big statistic that I saw was like there was like over a bank robbery a day in
Yeah.
LA like a while ago. That was just because security too. I
Mm,
think it's just like there's less security cameras. It was way easier to get away with it back then than
yeah.
it is now. So I think that's probably a huge part of it.
I think those statistics are lucky that I'm not a bank robber, bro.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Bro, that's
nah,
GTA experience.
nah. Bro, I did all the heists on GTA Online and GTA 5 single player, bro. So
That's
I
crazy.
think I know a thing or two about bank robberies, bro. All right. I
Fair
even
point.
did the ones in GTA 4, bro.
I
I'm
didn't even do that. That's crazy.
years of training, bro. Years, decades of experience. But nah, bro. I don't know if you saw this recently in the news. Like the reason I bring this up is because there's like a serial killer that's kind of happening like right now.
I didn't hear about that at all.
Yeah, so quick shout out to my boy Caesar
He's a
for
serial killer?
no, I hope not.
Oh, oh.
Um, I don't know. For suggesting the topic, bro. He's not a serial killer, guys. I swear.
Allegedly.
I'm putting a lot of faith in you right now, Caesar. Don't don't prove me wrong. But bro, so this is real interesting, bro, because this is like an ongoing story, bro. Like there's still up like advances happening today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But let's real quick, bro. I'm gonna set the scene, bro.
Mm,
December 2020. I mean 2010. My bad.
mm,
December 2010. How old
mm.
were you? Like 8?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
was
have to do the
also
math.
like 8. December 2010 in New York, the state, Suffolk County, bro. That's just the county.
Mhm.
It's like an hour, 2 hours away from like New York City. So there's a police officer and with this dog, not like a pet dog, like a training dog, like a partner dog.
Mm.
What are they
Yeah,
called?
service dog. No,
No, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
canines. Canine.
Canine. Yeah, yeah, the K9 because it's the letter K in the nine. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're looking for
Oh,
a
I
miss,
just noticed that.
bro.
Yo, bro,
What
no
the fuck?
way,
You thought it was for
bro.
fun, bro? You thought
I
what
just
the
thought it was
fuck?
like a technical term. Like that's just what they call them, like SWAT.
K9?
I just thought it was like
Oh
King.
my god, bro.
Damn, bro. Hey, 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 bro, stop, bro. Spray me with water. No, ya, ya, párale, bro. No, me estás mojando mi teléfono. Bro, my bread's gonna get all wet, bro.
Can I go?
All right. Yeah.
All right, all right. All right, so the police officer with the K9, woohoo, with the K9, they're looking for a missing person. Like somebody just went
Mm,
missing and they're just looking for him. So they're like, "Oh, maybe like we could find the person or like remains in a worst case." Well, not the worst case. The worst case would be we wouldn't find him. But they're just
yeah.
trying to find something in the area called Gilgo Beach. Gilgo Beach. It's
Bitch.
it's called Ocean Parkway. It's just like a highway that goes along the coast.
All right.
It's a beach, right?
Mhm. What'd you call me?
What?
Never mind.
The beach, bro. It's a beach. And what they found is they found all sorts of remains, bro. They were looking for
Mhm.
one person, one specific person.
Oh, I just
But
clocked. That's crazy.
they found 9 bodies. They found, oh, bro, I did something wrong here. I'm gonna cut this out. I put 9 bodies, including 9 women, a man, and a toddler, bro. That's 11, bro.
Bro, do that in, bro.
I'm gonna look it up because I want to know how many it actually was.
I think that's 11, bro.
Huh?
I think that's 11. 9, 10,
No, no,
11.
no, no, no. I don't know if it was 11 bodies or
Mm.
actually nine, and it was seven women.
Mm.
So they found 11 bodies,
11.
nine women, a
Mm.
man dressed as a woman, which I guess now would just be 10 women.
Yeah.
Um, and a toddler. A toddler, bro.
That's crazy. Some
So
Dexter shit, bro.
yeah, some I don't understand the reference. I'm just gonna say yeah.
Oh,
Um, so four of the bodies, they were able to link them together, like, okay, this could have been like the same person. Because they were like
oh,
separated by like decades, bro. Like some of them were
what
like
the?
some of them, I think one of them, I think the trans woman
Mm.
was from like the year 2004, and this was in 2010. Some of them were more
Oh, yeah.
recent. Um, yeah, like some of them were missing like from that year, but some of them were like I think the earliest was like 2003 or something like that, 2004.
Mm.
Four of them were linked, and they were called the Gilgo Four. Just they were linked because of like the proximity, the
Uh,
profile of the victim,
oh,
because they were like young women.
mm.
They were young women like in their 20s, and they were all women of the night.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, we understand. Sadly, the person they were looking for isn't relevant at all in this story. Like the first person they were looking for, forget about him, bro. Forget that person. Forget
Oh, I understand.
trans
Mm.
women. No disrespect. And forget the toddler, bro. They're not relevant at all.
Yeah.
We're focusing on the Gilgo 4. Right. So yeah, it's like just the way the bodies were wrapped. They were kind of close enough to each other. Profile. And they're like, okay, they have something in common. You know?
It's kind of crazy though, because if they're all found, the fact that they didn't link them all together is kind of crazy. But it makes sense though, because
Yeah.
they have to make sure it's as sure as possible that they're linked together.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
makes
because
sense.
like the way some of the bodies, well, like these they were more recent bodies, and they were like wrapped
Mm.
together. They were like wrapped up, like tied. Not together,
Uh,
but like all like their arms were tied, or I imagine.
all
And they're
similar.
yes, yeah, in similar ways, and they
Mm.
weren't like this was a stretch of the highway, but they were like close enough to each other,
Mm.
you know?
That makes sense. Man.
Yeah. And then again, like they were all women of the night in their 20s. So like, okay, this guy kind of like a Jack the Ripper type situation, you know? So they're saying that like possibly all of these are from the same person. Bro, actually, one of the bodies was missing since 1996.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of them weren't like, okay, this is
Mm.
old, you know? So respect to the four Gilgo four women. I'm sorry, the other victims, you didn't make the cut.
Maybe
So
next time.
first is 24-year-old Melissa Barthélemy.
Mm.
I could have pronounced that wrong. I'm sorry. But there's a lot more issues going on than me mispronouncing her name.
Good point. Good point.
And she had been missing since 2009. So that was a year, right?
Oh, that's pretty recent, man.
25-year-old Maureen Brainerd. Again, there's bigger things at play than me mispronouncing names. Brainerd Barnes, missing since 2007. 22-year-old Megan Waterman, 2000, missing since 2010. And 27-year-old Amber Costello, missing
Mm.
since 2010. So that's why they were able to link them together. Not too far apart, right? The last girl, Amber, right? They had like they were obviously looking into their personal lives once they identified them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they found obviously they were able to find that they were all call girls. And they were like advertising their services on internet and stuff like that.
Mm.
So it's like official. So the police are like, okay, this is true. This is like speculation. Like, okay, this is known. They found phone records, like phone calls, um, from like records of her having called a client or back
Mm.
and forth, and a client.
Yeah.
And the client, there was a witness who saw the client like go pick her up. and they said that they described him as an ogre, bro, like
Shrek.
ogreish looking. He was big. He was in his
Mm,
40s. He had like real bushy hair. He was just they just call him like ugly, bro. He was like an ogre, I guess. It's kind of messed up, but
yeah,
this guy's a potential criminal, so I don't feel that bad. So it was records from her and a burner phone, because obviously the other phone wouldn't have like that many identifiable information. So it's a burner phone,
yeah,
you know. Um, so there was witnesses who saw the client go to the woman's house, to Amber's house, to pick her up.
mm,
You know, it's her job. And they saw the car, bro. They saw it was a Chevy Avalanche. If you know a
yeah,
Chevy Avalanche, I don't know if you know. From the front, it's like a Chevy. It's a SUV. It look like an SUV, like the Tahoe or like a Suburban.
uh-huh.
But the back, it's a pickup truck.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Those, it's
Yeah, my
those.
uncle had one. Yeah.
Yeah. So they said like it's this specific car. There was a witness, bro. This
Mm,
specific car, and they had phone records, and they had a witness description,
that's crazy. That's a lot of evidence.
bro. Internal police drama. This all gets buried. All this
That's
information gets buried, bro,
that's
because
crazy.
in 2015, which is now like 5 years after the bodies were found. In
Yeah,
2015, the police chief was arrested. This is the chief of police of the Suffolk County Police Department. He was
the big
arrested.
boy.
Yeah, yeah, the big boss, bro, the head honcho, bro. He was arrested for having beaten a suspect who had been arrested after stealing cigars, a bag containing pornography and sex toys from the police chief's vehicle, bro. So the guy, he breaks in his car, steals his belongings, bro, gets arrested, and then the police chief's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna steal from me?" And he's fucking beat him, bro. Police
That's
brutality,
crazy.
bro.
That is police brutality. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So this this guy like this takes like high priority, you know? This is being investigated more. This was in like court, bro.
That's crazy.
Um, so they fire the guy. They fire him,
Mm,
obviously. He's indicted for whatever crimes, police brutality, whatever. I don't know the exact crimes. Um, so now the Gilgo 4, like this is old news, bro. Like no one's focusing on it. So they bring in a new head of police, right? And he's like, "Hey, we should start to focus more on this." Because they had tons of evidence, bro. They are like potential evidence, potential leads. So they had descriptions of witnesses, or like witnesses describing the guy, describing the car. They had all sorts of like it could have been this guy, could have been that guy. The FBI at one point was helping them investigate,
yeah.
but the police chief shit happened, and it's just like okay, it's like kind of takes the back burner.
Yeah.
So
So
this
you guys like,
guy,
all right, let's look into it more. Then.
yeah, so
That's a
this is
good
now
idea.
2015, and he's like, hey, I think we should really like hit hard on the phones,
Mm,
because they had this like system for tracking the calls with the cell towers, some super smart shit that I don't understand. I read on it
yeah.
and I don't understand what this is. So I'm not gonna talk about it that much. But it's like some way to kind of set a general area of where the call is coming from,
Mm.
right?
I
If
like
that makes
pings them.
sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's not super specific, but it's like okay, like from this to over here, super broad. They had like
Yeah.
thousands of houses in the vicinity, but they were able to pinpoint them to a location, right in Massapequa Park, which is just the city. That's just where the phone coverage overlapped. So this is
Yeah.
information that the FBI had. They were investigating in 2012. So 2016, new technology, bro. There's advances in technology, and they were just able to narrow it to a smaller space. So instead of
Mm.
like thousands of houses, they had it down to like maybe like 100 houses, 200 maybe, smaller area. And they were also able to find that during the day there was activity in Manhattan, which is in New York City. So
Mm.
from Massapequa Park, which is around Gilgo Beach, 2 hours away, Manhattan during the day, and during the night and like the evenings, back at Massapequa Park,
Should I go back and forth or?
back and forth. Yeah. So what they're saying is like, okay, so this guy lives in Massapequa Park and works in Manhattan. So they're starting to
Mm.
narrow down. They're starting to narrow down the like a profile on this guy.
Uh,
Lives in the area, works over here, commutes. You know, commutes. Okay. So they had calls made from one of the victims, from Melissa Bartholomew, one of the victims,
uh,
made from her phone to her sister shortly after
mm,
she disappeared. So it's not what you're thinking, bro. It's not her like asking for help or her doing
mm.
anything. It's a criminal, bro. And he's telling her little sister, he's like, "Hey, y'all think you're gonna see her again? You're not, bro. I fucking killed
That's
her, bro.
crazy.
I killed her.
That's
This
crazy.
guy's trolling, bro. This guy's trolling the victims' families, bro.
Emoting on them, bro.
And like days after, he would call back the family and be like, "Oh, Melissa's a whore."
What
Click.
the?
Ah, he was like, "Oh, I killed her, bro." Click. And he would go into like just vicious detail, bro, like super graphic stuff about what he did
That's
to her,
fucked.
to the sister, bro, who's 15. That's inappropriate. He was going to like super graphic detail, bro, just real bad stuff. This guy was trolling, bro. But what this did too was kind of give into more like
Evidence.
cell traffic. Yeah, yeah, more traffic
Mm.
with the okay. He's making calls at this time. He's calling back and forth, back and forth. Areas whittled down, right? So fast forward real quick, bro. 2022 is last year, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, last
Correct.
year as of recording this video, last year. And the police department, they're like, hey, like we should go back and check like old files we have because we have this mountain of potential evidence, potential leads that's just there. They end up finding the description of the car, which was just buried, bro.
The avalanche
They had
thing.
they had this back in 2010. Back in 2010, they were able to link the car to a guy, but they just didn't do anything with it.
Bruh.
Bro, they had the guy's name, Rex Hewerman. They had obviously they have a name, so they're able to see the guy, and they're like, hey, this guy kind of fits the description that they gave us. He's
To the
tall,
ogre.
he's big, his hair's kind of bushy. He looked like an ogre a little bit, ogreish features. I don't know what that would mean. Maybe like a big nose, maybe kind of heavy set, perhaps. I don't know what you're doing, bro.
Uh, I'm not
Um,
him.
and they were able to find that he lived in Massapequa Park, which is even back then they knew the criminal would live in the area, right? They didn't have the super small area, but they're like, okay, he lives in this city, right? So now with the increase in technology, bro, with the increase of police involvement, because now they actually give a fuck about it. They start investigating this guy specifically. So now that they have this prime suspect, right? They still don't really know if it's him, but it's just a prime suspect. Just matched with the car, I guess. Physically. That's not really incriminating evidence.
Pretty
Um,
incriminating, bro.
it's not, bro. I know a lot of
Pretty.
guys who look like ogres.
Who?
I'm not gonna say their names, bro. But they're out there.
If you know who
But
you
they're
are.
they're they're doing like background investigations on this guy, bro.
Mhm.
So they find that this guy he's married and he has kids. But they find Tinder profiles like linked to like emails or something. Yeah, he had email addresses that were linked. I think they were linked somehow to like the burner phones. Again, this is super
Mm.
smart stuff that I don't understand. I don't understand how this works. If I did, I probably wouldn't be doing this. Probably
What do
be
you mean,
doing some
bro?
FBI shit. I'd be doing some
Bro,
FBI shit.
we're geniuses, bro.
This is like beyond geniuses. Nah, bro, it's because I'm beyond this, bro. But I'm beyond this
Hmm.
level of thinking, bro.
All right.
Shut
All
up.
right.
Uh, so they're looking at his personal life, but they find like Tinder profiles that he has with fake names, and they're like saying like, oh, maybe this is how he contacted some of the girls. Um, they have internet searches of inappropriate things involving underage people. Um, and they're checking like his phone records too, and his phone records put him in New York City in the daytime, which, if you remember, they
Matches.
found, yeah, it matches the cell tower signal or whatever. So like, hey, this guy's in New York City during the day, just like our suspect from the burner phones. And so they're looking more into his family, bro. And with the bodies, they have like times because of the phone calls like that. Like, okay, they probably died around this time, like this day or whatever. So they're able to piece together that a lot of the murders happened to line up with dates that his family was out of town.
Hmm.
So one of them was like, oh, his wife was visiting family in like New Jersey or something. Another one, his wife was in Iceland when like around the time that a murder happened. So that's just more like maybe it's this guy, but it's not enough. Like they can't link him directly to a burner phone, I think. Or yeah, they can't link him directly to a burner phone, and they can't link him to a victim.
Hmm.
Like they're just like at this point, it's just like, okay, this is probably like our closest guy, but it's not. You can't arrest someone because he's in the vicinity. That's not like incriminating stuff. So back then, bro, back when they first found the bodies, what they did have is hairs that were on the tape that was used. Like there was just hair stuck that wasn't part of the victims.
That's huge.
They found hairs that's on the tape, and they had them, bro. But this is 2010. It wasn't enough at the time to like really get anything out of it, like DNA wise.
That's crazy.
Like testing just wasn't that advanced.
I thought 2010 was advanced enough for that type of stuff.
Yeah, 2010
It's
doesn't seem like
crazy.
that long ago, bro. But I guess maybe it's because it was like a couple hairs or something.
Hmm.
It was just like a couple hairs, bro. But they end up like modern investigation. They send it in to get tested, and they get back two. Yeah, they get two different DNA reports because they sent it out twice. They get different DNA reports, but they still need DNA from the guy, from our suspect Rex
Oh yeah.
Hewerman, right? Because then they could be like, okay, we're gonna link him, because you can't really link someone to a burner phone, you know? If he was using it like just to call like the women, that's not
That's
really
why it's
enough
called
to.
the burner phone.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty smart stuff, man. You know? So what they end up doing, bro, is they send like detectives to his house to like try to fish shit out of his trash. They're
Hmm.
looking for like they're checking his recycling to see if like there's like spit on the water bottles, and maybe he threw something away that was like had blood on it or something. Just regular stuff. You know, they're just illegally looking through a guy's trash. I think that's illegal. I don't know. I don't know the legality on that. I don't think they're allowed to do that though, because they're on his house, like his property.
I've maybe not.
I don't
I've heard
know.
of people doing it before though.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard of people doing it, but I don't know if it's legal. Probably I assume they had like a warrant or something. Nah, they wouldn't because
Yeah,
they don't
because
have probable cause.
if they had a warrant, they could have just walked into his house and actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe this was illegal, bro. But it doesn't matter because they got him, bro. Because what they ended up doing is they were surveilling him, bro. Just like constantly, like they're just watching the guy. So they found that he worked. in Manhattan, he had worked for a like a architecture business company. I think it was his
Mm,
company actually. Um, so they're watching him, bro. They have like a van set up or something, I assume, and they're watching. So they see him leave the office holding a box of pizza, bro. He throws the pizza just in a trash can. They go fish the trash the pizza box out the trash. This guy, he didn't eat the crust off the pizza, bro. He didn't eat the crust off the pizza, so there's like spit, I assume.
yeah,
I hope it's spit. I don't know why any other bodily fluid would be on the pizza.
don't
Um,
judge us. I mean, him.
okay. Uh, so they ended up taking it back, and it matches with the DNA on from the hair.
Damn.
The spit on the pizza, bro. It was it's not 100% because it's the way DNA works, I guess. But it
Mm,
was like it ruled out 99.96% of the population, bro. Not him though.
perhaps.
So it's
But
like
man,
it's they can basically just say it's him now, you know? And they're looking more into him, bro. And they found out that he had like been researching how the investigation was going. He was like Google searching like, "Oh, why haven't they caught the killer? Oh, why haven't they traced his phone calls and found out who he is?" He was like up to date, bro. He was like
bro's
curious how the
confused.
investigation was going.
Oh, how
And
come they haven't
there's
caught me yet, bro?
yeah, I guess he was just like, I don't know, maybe he was like scared, like, oh, are they getting closer?
Mm,
And
yeah, I
then
can see that.
he had just forgot, bro. Because years had passed. Years had passed. He's like, oh,
Mm,
he's got away with it, I guess, because 10 years now, 12 years. So he was researching like, why can't they trace this? Why haven't they got him? Updates. Uh, and he was arrested recently, bro. This is super recent. He was arrested the 13th of this month,
oh,
July.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So this was like ongoing news. Like this is in the news now. And now there's like little like possible developments. Like they're saying that maybe he killed one of the victims in his house and not in like a neutral location. They're saying that maybe I don't remember, people were saying that maybe his wife could have helped, but that's because one of the hairs on the thing on the tape was his wife's hair. But that could also just
Oh,
be like it was on his clothes
yeah,
and
yeah.
they just got caught in the thing. Um,
Hard to prove.
yeah, and another thing they're trying to do too is they're trying to link him to other murders. Because I guess it's just a thing that happens. Like you have this serial killer, like, oh, what else can we say
Mm,
it was him? To either just put more shit on him, or I guess also to solve other crimes.
yeah, makes sense.
Like they're trying to put him with some murders, because this is in New York City. They're trying to put him with some murders that happened in Las Vegas in the early 2000s because his wife happened to purchase some timeshares
Mm,
in 2003 and 2005. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Yeah, like
could be just grasping at straws.
that seems like a big old stretch, bro, to me.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to link him with another four girls who were found, but this time in Atlantic City, which is in New Jersey, which I guess
Mm,
it's
close
close
by.
enough to New York. Yeah, it's another four girls who were found like in similar circumstances, tied up, and they're just trying to say it's him. I don't know, bro. There's still an ongoing story, so there's even past this video, there's probably something that happened today that I don't even know about, you know?
Damn.
But what I do know is that his wife is filing for divorce. That's pretty good, bro. That's pretty good for the
Why you
wife.
interested? Oh,
No, no, I'm not interested, bro. I haven't seen her. Maybe. Nah,
perhaps. Perhaps. You're
nah.
watching
If
this.
she got money to go to Iceland, bro, I think I'm interested. She could
Shit.
fund the, she could fund the podcast.
For real, bro. Sponsor. First sponsor.
Yeah, maybe we wouldn't have to use the free version of Zoom anymore. We'd be able to be in calls
Yeah.
longer than an hour.
That's that's huge.
Yeah, that'd be huge for us, bro. But it's
Uh,
funny, bro, because this was set up like he could have easily gotten away with it, bro.
hmm.
I think so. Because if you really look at it, bro, the drama that was going on with the police that took attention away from the murders, because now they have to investigate, and there's a lot of the people involved with the with the murders are like, okay, there's this going on. The FBI kind of like backtrack now because the police chief wasn't a good guy. New police chief comes in. There's a lot of like shuffling. There's that. There's also just finish the crust of your pizza, bro.
For real, bro. That's
I eat the
crazy.
crust on my pizza.
I do too. I like the crust.
Crust pretty well. I get the cheese one.
I don't like the cheese one. I think the cheese gets kind of cold, and
Well,
I don't know.
I don't eat it when it gets cold.
I just think it gets like too. It's melted at first, but then it gets kind of like harder. So I don't know.
I probably shouldn't, bro, because I have a milk allergy. It makes my stomach hurt.
I just like garlic crust. That's
Dude,
what
the
I
garlic
like.
is pretty good, bro. Garlic is pretty good.
Yeah,
That's kind of embarrassing, bro, if you really think about it.
that is
How
crazy.
they got you because you didn't finish the crust off your pizza, bro. You're like a little kid, bro.
That's crazy.
Little kids. Or he could have just thrown it away in his workplace, in the
Yeah, that's
office
true.
trash can. Like he didn't really have to go. I assume it would have been like a health risk to have like the food laying around in the trash,
Mm.
but it would have been dumped either way. And I don't think they would have checked. They checked every single trash can that every trash bag that left the office. I don't know, maybe.
At the end of the day, it's hindsight bias too.
Yeah,
Like he
it is
wasn't thinking
hindsight
about it.
bias, bro. Yeah, he was probably thinking, bro, like, damn, what if I just didn't eat pizza this day, or what if I didn't do this, bro, or what if
Yeah,
I'd be mad, bro. He really could have got away with it for real if you really think about it.
I'm gonna finish all my food from now on.
Yeah, you
I'm not
better
a
finish all
criminal,
your
but
food now,
still,
bro.
just in case.
Just because of wasting, bro. You don't want to waste.
Yeah,
I
like my
remember,
mom
I, heard-
always says.
mom,
Like my mom
I think we are
always
gonna say the same
says,
thing.
like, oh, all the kids in the poorer countries will eat that, and you don't.
That's what my mom would tell me, bro. She's like, cause I would like leave some, and she would like, oh, think about all the starving kids who
Yeah,
would love to have this, and
for
you're just throwing it
real,
away.
bro.
It's like,
She'd be like,
man, I don't even
she'd be
want
like,
this
you're
for
leaving
real.
this. They would be happy to receive a tortilla for Christmas. I'd be like,
Give it to him, bro. What are you gonna do? You're
yeah,
gonna give him this off my plate for real? Uh, but nah, that's it for the murder story, bro. It was a little sloppy, bro. But shout out
it was
Caesar.
silly.
Thank you, Caesar, for suggesting this.
Thank you, Caesar.
Thank you, Caesar. Actually, I found something today, bro, that I thought was really funny, and I just wanted to share before I forgot.
You know,
I don't know if you've seen those memes or like those pictures where it'll be like someone in like some Spanish speaking country, bro, and they'll have like a silly name. Like it'll be like someone's like ID, bro, and the woman's name is like Merry Christmas. Because they want to
I've
name her
never
something in
seen that.
English. They want to name her something in English, and it's like the Dominican Republic or something. They don't really know, or like Merry
What it
Christmas.
means.
They don't, yeah, they
Yeah.
don't really know what it means, bro. It's like, oh, it's kind of like English. My cousin actually, my cousin Hugo, shout out my cousin Hugo.
Mm.
He said that in back in Mexico, he knew some guy or like a kid named Jack Daniels. Like his first name was Jack, and I think his middle name was Daniels, bro.
Yeah.
So it's
Like
like this,
whiskey.
yeah, like the whiskey. It's like this weird like phenomenon, I guess, where they give them just random ass names, bro. Cause that's not something I see here, bro.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like I've never met someone with like a super silly name. I don't think so.
Damn, I'm
Um,
gonna name my daughter Stella Rosa. For real, bro.
but there's silly names, bro. And then there's a list of band names in Mexico, bro.
What?
Band names that I'm gonna go through with you all. Um, so these are all in Spanish, obviously. But number one, aceituno.
Does that mean olive?
Yeah, aceituna. If y'all don't know, some of these I can explain. Some of these I don't even understand. Aceituna is an olive. So that would just be like the male equivalent of an olive, bro. Aceituno, banned.
Wait, I have a question first.
What?
This is just for people. So, like, if I name my dog Aceituno, am I in trouble?
No, that'd be fine. This is banned for boys and girls that are born.
Uh, all right,
You could name your
continue.
dog whatever you wanted, bro.
All right.
Um, Amilcar. I don't know, bro. I don't understand. Like I said, I don't understand some all of these. Cajada. Aguinaldo.
That sounds funny.
All power. All power. Banned, bro.
That's crazy. That's what I was gonna name
Aniv.
my kid, bro.
Well, you can't because you live in the U.S. You
No,
can't name
that's
that in
true. That's
Mexico.
true.
Aniv de la Rev. This one, it sounds silly, bro, and it is, but I know why. So I don't know if you've ever seen the calendars, bro, in Mexico where they have like, oh, like July the 28th is el día de Santo whoever.
Mhm.
So a lot of families, what they do is they name them the Santo for that day.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'm gonna cut this part out. So like today
Mm.
is July 28th, the day we're recording this. It
Oh,
is Día de Alfonsa de la Inmaculada Concepción. So what they would do is they would name a boy Alfonso or a girl Alfonsa. Not everyone does this, obviously, but
that's
enough people
popular
do it.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Anib de la Rev, right? So we went over the day, the way it works, the Santos. Anib de la Rev, bro, means aniversario de la Revolución. But on the calendar, it's shorted to Aniv de la Rev
Mm.
because it's the anniversary of the revolution, which is November the 20th. So instead of a santo, it says that.
Mm.
So a lot of people they just didn't know what it meant,
Oh,
and they would name the kid Aniv de la Rev because they thought that was the santo for the day or something, bro.
yeah. If you're out there,
Yeah,
shout
if
out
you're
to
out,
you, bro.
yeah. Well, now it's banned now, but there's people with
Uh,
the name, I'm sure. Another one, bro. Batman banned. You can't do it, bro.
no, no.
Burger King banned. You can't name your kid Burger King, bro. Bro, if you really think about it, these are banned for a reason, bro. There's people named this. Like they wouldn't just ban Batman just cause.
Bro, imagine
There's kids
roll call,
named Batman.
roll call in school, bro.
Bro,
Batman,
¿dónde está Anif de la Rev Díaz?
what's Burger King
Ba
Lopez?
Burger King Lopez. Batman Cruz. Bro, come on. Another one, bro. Calzón. Means underwear, bro. It means underwear. Cesaria. That's a C-section, bro. You can't name your kid that. You can name your kid Cesar. You can't name a girl Cesaria.
Oh, sexism.
Christmas Day banned.
Christmas night.
I guess that's fine. Circuncisión,
Oh,
circumcision banned. You can't do it.
yeah.
Email banned. Escroto. I think that's scrotum, bro. Banned. Espinaca, bro. That's spinach.
You can't
Banned.
name your kid spinach, bro. What?
Facebook. Banned. Fulanito. Banned. Bro, fulanito isn't even a word.
Slang.
It's like the equivalent of like saying John Doe. Like it's just
Yeah.
like you're just talking about someone like not specific like for an example like oh fulanito,
Yeah.
oh John Doe,
Damn.
There's people naming their kid fulanito, bro. Another one, Harry Potter, banned, bro. Hermione, banned.
Yeah. My mom's name
Hitler,
is actually. 'Cl- 'cause- Actually, 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 'cause- actu
Hey, but why are you
What
surprised?
about Adolf?
No, no,
Well, like,
Adolfo. It's Adolfo. That's fine.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like an already existing name. Like people have been named Adolfo forever. Another name that's banned, bro. Indio, which is like Indian. Indio banned.
I could have sworn I knew a girl named Indian. I could just be misremembering.
India maybe, bro.
Oh,
That'd be
perhaps.
fine. Indio is the what's bad.
Uh,
Another one. James Bond. Jorge Nitales.
what's wrong with that one?
Jorge Nitales.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, it's like it'd be like a Spanish version of like a Ligma type joke.
yeah,
Yeah.
his George
Or like a or
genitals.
like a Mike Hawk type of joke.
Mm,
Better. It'd be like one of those.
yeah,
But you say genitals. You can't name your kid that. Another one. Marciana. Martian. Band. Michelin. It's like the Michelin, like the tires.
my sister was a little bit off.
Yeah, your sister just made the cut. They probably
Yeah,
had to do Michelle because Michelin was banned.
yeah, it's true.
Another one, bro. Pocahontas. Banned. Privado. Banned. Rambo. Banned.
No,
Robocop. Robocop. Banned. Rocky. Banned.
damn.
Rolling Stone. Banned. Terminator. Banned.
Terminator de la Cruz, bro.
Twitter. Banned. Which actually makes me wonder. They Elon Musk changed Twitter to X. Did you know that, Abel?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Would it would it still be banned then? I don't know. They might have to overrule that one in the next year.
I'll put in a petition.
Yeah, to change.org.
Yeah, unless I go follow. That's the correct
Unban
one.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Unban Twitter. Another one. U.S. Navy. Virgen. It's virgin.
yeah.
Yahoo. Banned.
Yahoo, went to Yahoo.
These are all banned. Google, not banned. You can do that. Bing, not banned either. Yahoo's banned. Gmail, email is banned, but Gmail isn't banned.
Damn.
I assume this is like an ever-growing list. Maybe every year they're like, hey, like the Webster Dictionary. You know how every year they add
Mm,
new words. Maybe every
yeah,
year the Mexican government's like, hey, new banned names list just dropped. It's very interesting, bro.
it's pretty surreal.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I just wanted to share. Because I saw it. I was browsing TikTok in between recording sessions, and I saw like, oh shit, I need to talk about this.
We could do a prank where we change our name to Batman or something, and then go to Mexico.
At that point, we're able. Who's getting pranked, bro? Your name is Batman, bro.
But you can change it back. It'll just be for like a
You
video,
paid money for that.
bro. It's a silly situation,
If we,
bro.
if any companies or something want to sponsor us doing that, and they want to pay for us to change our names to Batman
Burger
and
King,
RoboCop,
Burger King,
I think Abel would be a really good Jorge Nitales, bro.
bro. Imagine putting up. Oh, can I get a beer? Oh yeah, his name's your ID, Batman. Oh, okay. Here you go, sir. No,
Well, you'd
but
have to get
at
a
that
new
point,
ID with a fake name just for
yeah,
that.
but at that point, people be like, "Oh, this is a fake ID, bro. No way your name is Batman,
Oh
bro."
yeah, yeah,
Like the
McLovin,
McLovin
bro.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't you just
that's
pick Muhammad, bro? No, 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 no. He said it was between that or Muhammad. Muhammad's the most
yeah,
common name on earth.
yeah, that's silly.
Yeah. I guess that's it though.
You learn something new.
Yeah, we
I
learned
learned
something
something new.
new. We learned some band names in Mexico. they're fair game here in the US. You can
Go
name your
ahead.
kid Batman
Go ahead.
or email, you know.
I may or may not be taking use of some of these ideas in the future. Maybe. We'll see. Depends how,
I don't think you have to worry about that, Abel. Um,
what is it?
I just want to say thank
You,
everybody for watching. Thanks for thanks to Caesar for dropping that suggestion in my Instagram DMs. Thank you, Caesar. If you made it this far, I love you. Except you. Abel froze in a funny ass way, bro. Bro, your
God.
screen froze and you were making like a weird ass face, bro.
Like what?
You're like, I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna zoom in on your face, bro. You did that.
No.
But yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for
Subscribe,
watching.
subscribe, subscribe.
Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like the video. Share it with two of your friends.
If you have two friends. If you have two friends, share with them. If you don't
You
share
should
it,
have two
you don't have
friends.
friends.
You should have two friends. I'll be honest. You should have two friends. At this point of your life, you should have two friends.
Come on, Cassandra, please. I don't know, Cassandra. I'm just hoping so Cassandra sees this.
Cassandra, you know what to do. All right. I'll see y'all next week. Well, actually, that's it.